Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Wanted to provide a quick update while I run two of my trains. I have all my track laid out pretty much, with the exception of two industries. So I'm pretty happy about that. So the next big things that I'm going to do, as I'm bringing this coal train down, is start my plan for scenery, which I have started. I'll show you just a sample that I've done. I've just threw stuff down there with the glue just to see how it would look. In my opinion, with a few more different colors, I think it'll turn out pretty well. Still trying to see what I'm going to do in this area, but you definitely want to get some more buildings for the oil refinery area. Make it a bit more realistic, do some painting sometime in the future, and try to also, I want to put an industry in the back there, or some other type of scenery, make it look nice. But I'm thinking of a gravel area in that corner, or actually right here, in this line. In this line right here is pretty much just to back up my auto racks for loading and unloading, Amtrak auto racks. So I'm thinking that maybe when I have the space, when the Amtrak isn't leaving or whatever, I can have the gravel spot right there. So I have like I said, I have my coal train going down right now. Have a DPU on the back that's been running pretty well. And I did the minimum as far as programming based on YouTube. Based on Digitrax and YouTube. There's a lot more steps that I can do, but I'll save that for the future. Also have my intermodal train that I'm testing out. Haven't brought it up to the third loop yet, so waiting for this to pass. No other big updates in this area. Just have to do the wiring for my turnouts and whatnot. Tested the reverse loop up here, so I'll need to find a place for that under the table and do some type of hiding of the wires. So I also added some greenery up on my bridge that I started. Definitely gonna do a lot more with it. Looks like a good project. But I had some leftover material, so I put the girders on just to see how it would look. I didn't want to go out and buy a bridge or more product, even though I did buy some more cattle track for the curve. It's working out pretty well. That's 19-inch radius, by the way. Well, in the future, I do plan to add some more, a base to the bridge. Can't think of the name right now. Thinking about a 3D printer in the future, so hopefully I can start making the items that I like on my own. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I do have SolidWorks on my personal computer and Creo and whatnot. Down here, I'm gonna make this the Amtrak station, so I have a station built out. Forgot what the company for this is, a German company, I believe. So I have a lot of work to do in this area, but this is pretty much all going to be an Amtrak station, and I'm gonna heavily reference the Sanford station, but we'll see. So I mentioned in the past that I was going to cut out an area so I can have a second person be comfortably over here. And although the finishing looks like crap, I definitely gained a lot more space. So I need to rewire this area. So of course all that is temporary right now. Just slowing down this intermodal. I was having an issue with the coal train. It kept uncoupling when it was at the 2 to 3%, well, at the 3% grade, and so that's what made me add the DPU. Luckily, everything is working out for now on the intermodal, but I speed match the 3 engines pretty well, so I don't have a problem with adding the UP or the UP on the back. UP is sound, by the way. I believe that's a Loke sound. I didn't install that. That came factory like that. I have a lot of box cars, so I'm gonna think out my strategy on how I'll move it around the layout. But this is definitely going to be a major spot where I'll have box cars coming in and out. Ooh, making sure I don't derail over there. I don't know what to do with that middle line, but I had the turnout already glued down, so definitely make it come to use. Add one more industry over here that would accept some box cars, like maybe some refrigerated stuff. And I'm also looking for backdrops that I can add back here. I'm still trying to think out what I'm going to do. I have the street laid out. I want it to be like a like a small village or something like that. But that all depends on the backdrops I find or that I make. So I'm gonna call this area up top Brooklyn Ports, where we'll have the car floats. Also, intermodal. The intermodal containers will be able to have a special section on top of the car floats that I'm going to build, similar to the American Marine Lines. Mentioned that in just a past video. I'll add some backdrops here. Been playing around with some of these buildings that I have. It was pretty much scrap, but I think I'll make it work out. Have some industry over here, but also use this track obviously to help me, you know, switch out my box cars and whatever else I'll have up here. In the second intermodal area, I thought I should have my, kind of make it realistic, you know, have the cars going back and forth from the top to the main intermodal area. Well, actually I just purchased one building, this hotel, Tomex Hotel. But I have a couple more buildings that I'm gonna fill up here. No real strategy out. Just trying to make it look nice. May add some backdrops here instead. Probably the first, let's say 4 inches would be like a rock formation, and then on top of that have like background buildings. We'll see if the intermodal gets through without derailing, and I promise I won't edit. I will edit, I'll make it a bit shorter. Don't want to bore any of you guys. But I've watched so many other people's videos just running trains. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's one day they're going to be pretty bored one morning and scroll by my video and just press play for like 10 seconds. I got my DS64 back from Digitrax, and I'm so happy for that because now I can get my turnouts, well, a couple of my turnouts working automatically and reliably. For some reason, the DS74 does not have the same function that I'm looking for, where I can toggle back and forth on 2 tracks. Well, 2 tracks converging into one, so depending on what line it's on, the turnout would align on that track, and that pretty much works out for my layout. If I didn't have that, I'd have to find another way to do that, or always be aware. Oh, I see an issue right now. I don't think my containers are gonna pass the bridge. Just making them now. Oh, first one. Sorry about that, son. Oh, that's crazy. Might have an issue with some containers, I see. I'm gonna duck under to the other side. So I'm having problems with some of my containers. And I had this issue with some of the cattle bridges, and I had to cut out some of the corners, but I don't intend to do that for this bridge. This bridge cost about $60 I saw online. I actually got it for only $10 when I stopped by Walther's. They're pretty good at giving you deals. If you go in there, they have the card, the card thing they'll give you every purchase you make. They'll clip out on this business card and give you $50 off on your, however many purchases there are. But anyway, they have like a clearance section, and they just let me have this for $10. So thanks. So I'm gonna either have to modify this bridge to move these trusses, or just won't be able to. That has to be the option. So I went ahead and quickly modified the bridge to take those trusses off, as you can see. Hopefully, we should be fine. I knew that was going to happen. I didn't even think about it before bringing out the recorder. Oh, so the derailment. Derailments are the worst. It makes you feel bad. I'm not going to even lie. I'm getting over it the more I working on the layout, but still. Enough of the bridge, that sun is. So avocado industrial building that I'm going to build. Place it over there. I have to make some space for streets, which I kind of have. I have this is a bridge right here. I'll probably trim down and add the street on. The reason why I have I always question Union Pacific and BNSF together. I've never seen them consist, but I have a UP line right outside, and now I'm focused more on the engines that pass. Pretty much every Class 1 has been on there. Even a couple years ago, the big boy was on that line, but for the first time I saw the UP and BNSF consisted, so at least I know I'm prototypical.